The voice of distraction is stealing your peace and paralyzing your purpose. Today, we're going to learn how to silence it, not with noise, but with divine focus, unlocking a power within you that will transform your life in ways you never imagined. This isn't about mere motivation. It's about a profound spiritual recalibration, a journey inward that promises not just temporary relief, but lasting, undeniable breakthrough. We often find ourselves caught in a relentless cycle of external validation, constantly feeling the urge to announce our dreams, to explain our struggles, to seek approval for every step we take. This world bombards us with the message that visibility equals validity, that if it's not shared, it's not real. But what if that very pursuit of outward recognition is precisely what's holding us back, draining our energy, and diverting our focus from the true source of power and progress? What if the most potent miracles, the most profound transformations, are forged not in the spotlight, but in the sacred, quiet chambers of our own hearts, nurtured by silent dedication and unwavering faith? This is a radical shift in perspective, a divine invitation to reclaim your mental and spiritual bandwidth, to build your future not on the shifting sands of public opinion, but on the unshakable bedrock of God's quiet, consistent work within you. It's an urgent call to prioritize your inner peace and well-being above all else, recognizing that true strength is cultivated in the deep, unseen places. We live in an age of constant noise, a cacophony of opinions, expectations, and demands that threaten to drown out the still small voice of God and the quiet whispers of our own intuition. This relentless external pressure creates a spiritual and emotional exhaustion, leaving us feeling fragmented and ineffective. We pour our energy into explaining ourselves, defending our choices, or engaging in endless debates that yield nothing but further depletion. Consider Sarah, a gifted artist who once spent more time posting about her creative process and seeking likes than actually painting. Her studio was filled with half-finished canvases, her mind with the anxieties of online engagement. She was constantly exhausted, her inspiration stifled by the need to perform for an unseen audience. This is the insidious trap many of us fall into, mistaking activity for progress and external validation for genuine fulfillment. The truth is, genuine progress, the kind that endures and truly transforms, is often a silent, solitary endeavor. It's the quiet hours spent in prayer, the disciplined moments of focused work, the intentional decision to walk away from drama and choose peace. It's about channeling your precious energy inward, cultivating habits in privacy, and executing relentlessly without the need for applause. This inward focus isn't selfish. It's profoundly spiritual, aligning you with the very nature of God's work, which often begins unseen, like a seed planted in the dark earth. This is the path to an unstoppable momentum, where your results, not your words, become your most powerful testimony. If this message resonates with the quiet longing in your soul, if you're ready to discover the profound power of building in silence, I invite you to join this community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what quiet habit you're ready to cultivate. Your story might just be the encouragement someone else needs. One of the most formidable obstacles we face is the deep-seated human need for external validation. From childhood, we're conditioned to seek approval, to perform for others, and to measure our worth by external metrics. In our spiritual walk, this can manifest as a constant desire for others to see our faith, to acknowledge our struggles, or to confirm our progress. We might feel compelled to broadcast our prayers, to loudly declare our intentions, or to engage in spiritual performances for the benefit of onlookers. But true spiritual strength, like the roots of a mighty oak, grows deepest when it's unseen, silently drawing nourishment from the divine. Imagine a young man named David, who felt immense pressure to appear successful in his entrepreneurial ventures. He'd meticulously craft social media posts about every nascent idea, every small win, seeking affirmation from his network. Yet, Behind the curated facade, his ventures often faltered because his energy was diverted from actual work to managing his public image. He realized he was building a house of cards, constantly trying to impress, rather than building a solid foundation. The principle of overcoming this obstacle lies in understanding that your worth, your progress, and your divine purpose are not dependent on human applause. As Matthew 6:5-6 reminds us, "When you pray, go into your room and shut the door, and pray to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you." This isn't just about prayer. It's a blueprint for all our spiritual and personal endeavors. It's about finding your strength not in external validation, but in the quiet, intimate connection with God, who sees beyond the surface. Your greatest breakthroughs will often be birthed in the sacred silence between you and your Creator, where no audience is needed and only divine approval matters. Another pervasive obstacle is the sheer volume of unproductive conversations and unnecessary drama that can consume our lives. We often find ourselves entangled in debates that lead nowhere, gossiping about situations that don't concern us, or constantly explaining ourselves to those who will never truly understand. This isn't just a waste of time, it's a profound drain on our spiritual and emotional reserves, diverting energy that could be channeled into building, creating, and growing. The surprising revelation here is that silence is not an absence of sound, but rather a profound presence. The presence of God, the presence of clarity, the presence of peace. In the stillness we hear. In the quiet, we discern. When we choose to speak less, we create an internal space for divine wisdom to emerge. Think of a project manager I once knew. A brilliant woman named Elena, who was constantly pulled into office politics and endless meetings that achieved little. Her days felt chaotic, her evenings exhausted. She decided to implement a silent hour each morning, declining non-essential early meetings and using that time to focus solely on her most critical tasks, without interruption or discussion. The shift was immediate and profound. Her productivity soared, her stress levels plummeted, and her team, seeing her focused determination, naturally began to follow suit, becoming more efficient themselves. The practical application for us is to consciously curate our conversations and our environments. Learn to walk away from drama, to politely decline invitations to engage in unproductive discussions, and to guard your peace fiercely. This isn't about being aloof. It's about being strategically silent, allowing your actions and your results to speak for themselves. As Proverbs 17:28 wisely states, "Even a fool is thought wise if he keeps silent, and discerning if he holds his tongue." Your quiet discipline is a powerful deterrent to chaos and an invitation for divine order. The true spiritual turning point occurs when we internalize the profound truth that our most significant progress is cultivated not in the clamor of outward activity, but in the quiet depths of our inner being. It's the moment we realize that trying to build an undeniable future on external approval is like trying to build a fortress on shifting sand. This realization pivots us from frantic striving to peaceful, purposeful building. The central biblical truth that underpins this transformation is found in Psalm 46:10. "Be still and know that I am God." This isn't a passive command. It's an active invitation to cease our anxious striving, to quiet the noise of the world and our own minds, and to recognize God's sovereign presence and power within us. It's about understanding that He is at work, even when we cannot see or articulate it. Consider the analogy of an underground river. It flows unseen, yet its persistent current carves canyons, nourishes vast ecosystems, and provides life-giving water to entire regions. Its power is not in its visibility, but in its consistent, quiet flow. Similarly, God's work in our lives and our most profound growth often happens like this unseen river. It's the consistent, quiet disciplines, daily prayer, scripture, reading, focused meditation, selfless service, that carve out new pathways in our souls and nourish our spiritual landscape. This internal transformation moves us from a place of seeking external validation to one of deep, abiding inner peace, knowing that our foundation is being built by the Master Builder himself. Are you ready to embrace the power of the unseen river, to trust in the quiet current of God's grace guiding you towards an undeniable future? This new perspective allows us to see that genuine strength and impact are not about being the loudest voice in the room, but about building an undeniable foundation through consistent, quiet action. Your results, born from disciplined effort and divine alignment, will speak far louder and with greater authority than any words you could utter. This is the essence of a powerful testimony. Not what you say you will do, but what you have quietly, faithfully done. I remember hearing about a community leader, a woman in her late 40s named Maria, who had a vision for revitalizing a struggling neighborhood. Unlike others who held numerous public meetings and made grand pronouncements, Maria simply started. She quietly organized a few volunteers, began planting trees, cleaning up neglected parks, and coordinating with local businesses behind the scenes. For months, her work went largely unnoticed by the wider city. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, the neighborhood began to transform. Property values rose, crime rates dropped, and a sense of pride blossomed. Eventually, city officials took notice, not because Maria sought their attention, but because the undeniable results of her quiet dedication were impossible to ignore. Her actions became her most compelling sermon, her transformed community, her most powerful testimony. This principle applies to every facet of our lives, our relationships, our careers, our personal health, and our spiritual walk. When we choose to build quietly, to cultivate our inner garden, and to execute relentlessly, we become like the well-rooted tree, standing firm against any storm, its fruit a testament to its unseen strength. Now, let's explore some practical steps to cultivate this powerful, quiet discipline and truly live out this vision. First, implement a digital Sabbath each day, even if it's just for an hour. This isn't about shunning technology entirely, but about intentionally disconnecting from the noise of social media and external demands to reconnect with your inner self and with God. Use this time for quiet reflection, prayer, or focused work on a personal project that truly matters to you. Second, practice the art of strategic silence in your conversations. Before you speak, ask yourself, is this necessary? Is this kind? Is this helpful? Often, the most impactful response is no response at all, or a thoughtfully delayed one. This allows you to conserve energy and avoid unproductive engagements. Third, identify one area of your life where you tend to seek external validation, and commit to working on it in complete privacy for the next month. Whether it's a fitness goal, a new skill, or a spiritual discipline, keep it between you and God. Let your eventual progress be the only announcement. This renewed vision is one of profound peace, unshakable purpose, and undeniable impact. Imagine a life where your mental energy is no longer fractured by external noise, where your focus is laser sharp, and where your spiritual growth is deep and resilient. This isn't a pipe dream. It's a divine invitation to reclaim your time, your energy, and your peace. Are you ready to step into this quiet strength, to build a life so rooted in purpose that its results speak for themselves? As we consolidate this journey, remember that true success and profound transformation are not found in the clamor of external validation, but in the sacred, quiet cultivation of your inner world. It's the disciplined choice to speak less, act more, and nurture your spirit in private that builds unstoppable momentum. You are not striving for recognition from the world, but for alignment with the divine. Your future, built on this foundation of silent strength and unwavering faith, will be a testament to God's quiet, consistent work in your life. Imagine yourself a year from now, calmer, more focused, your life bearing fruit that is undeniable. To all who witness it, yet born from a place of deep inner peace. This isn't about hiding. It's about building so powerfully in the unseen that your results become visible, not as a performance, but as a natural overflow of God's grace and your disciplined effort. This is the promise of a life where your peace is guarded, your purpose is clear, and your impact is profound. It's a life where your faith isn't just spoken, but lived. This journey begins now, with a single, quiet choice to turn inward and trust in the power of God's unseen hand. If this message has stirred something within your spirit, if you feel ready to embark on this transformative path of quiet strength, I encourage you to share this message with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're looking for more ways to cultivate a deeper, more intentional spiritual life, consider joining our community. We're here to walk alongside you, supporting each other as we build our lives on the unshakable foundation of faith and quiet, disciplined action.